So next thing is to hook up the sensors. Probably the easiest thing to do first, or the thing you want to do first, is hook up the pressure sensor. So you have this wire, and you want to get it on this board. So that's where it plugs in. You got to kind of play with it a little bit to get it back in there. There's a, if you can see, there's a channel at the end, kind of on the corner of this metal piece that doesn't have a left wall, and you want to kind of tuck the pressure sensor inside of that groove, so that it, and that way it gets held in pretty nicely. So what I do is I keep my fingers on the wires, the 3 wires coming out the end, and kind of guide them, and you gotta kind of push it as far as you need to, and that is, as far as you need to, is to the second groove in the wire channels. There's 3 grooves cut into it where you can pull the wires out of, and so to get to this board, you want to go 1 groove past that board, and that's where you stop. So now you have your 3 wires. And you want to connect the red with the red. But the next thing is to wire nut all 3 of the black wires. This is the black is the excitation for the pressure sensor, and that is also powered, like the endpoints, by the 9-volt supply here that's plugged into the power supply, or the power strip. So that's the excitation wire, and that wire goes to the ground. So this gets kind of tricky, getting all 3 of these together so that you can wire nut them. Sometimes if you get them close, you can just twist them a bit more. The needle nose. I'm sure you guys have had to wire things before, but I have 2 wire nuts, and you have a free white wire. The white wire, as it's set up on the computer, gets plugged into, can't really see it with this in there. It gets plugged into, I believe, input 6. I'm pretty sure it's input 6. You can kind of tilt that. Can you see where input 6 is in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And this is where needle nose pliers come in real handy, because you've got to poke it in from underneath here. And while you're holding it in, use a little screwdriver and you tighten it down. Just make sure it's in there. And your pressure sensor is hooked up.